Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're going to do, well, this is going to be our final quick draft of Phyrexia All Will Be One. Yeah, you can see the sign up for this event is coming to a close here due to the timer. And I'm not going to have any additional time to do this. So, what I would like to play is the equipment theme. Which does not seem like where we're going with this. We do have a 4 mana 3/4 with Battle Cry. We have this thing again. I'm going to take it for the collection. It is the rare. It doesn't necessarily... We could be white-black. Doesn't necessarily mean that. Other good cards in the pack. Annex Sentry. Planner Disruption. Oh, there's a Head Cleaver here that's fine. There's a Lattice Blade Mantis. Alright, let's grab the Rhea Ivor. And this pack is somewhat underwhelming as well. Now there is a Mesmerizing Dose. We haven't actually used that card yet. I might actually take that and maybe bank on the Scheming Aspirant coming back, because that could lead to something fun with proliferating. Why don't we do that? Or we can get a third pick Furnace Punisher. I'd be game for that. There's also the Barbed Batter Fist here. Now that there's not a whole lot that's phenomenal for this stage of the draft. There's Rustfind Cultivator. Yeah, we're just going to keep picking the best cards here and see what comes of it. Well, I did say I want to do the equipment theme. I guess if I want to do that, I could start taking equipment. The other pick here would be the Raptor. I think we're just going to pick up the Barbed Bear. I don't want to repeat the last draft and not have enough 2-drops. We have a Furnace Strider, but we also have a Hexgold Hoverwings, which is a card that I've hardly ever been able to draft. This gives all creatures I control that are equipped +1/+0. And that's even if that thing's not equipped to anything. Yeah, let's do that. Now we have a Necrosquito, which is technically the best card left here. There is a Raptor as well. I do like the Necrosquito. There's also Free from Flesh, which is fine, but we don't have much that goes with Oil Count, I guess. Okay, my thinking here, we're not doing this. My thinking here is if we do end up red-blue, we'll have some oil stuff. This could still be a combat trick in red-white. Okay, we have a Justicar, which is actually fine in red-white, because it can also get some triggers. Or we have a Furnace Strider. I'm going to take the Furnace Strider, because I do like getting those. Now, speaking of cards for red-white, the Attendant can actually pick up one of the equipments and then let you replay it later. So I'm going to pick that, actually, over the Shepherd. And maybe we can be red-white. Gleeful Demolition, Blazing Crescendo, Cackler. None of these are phenomenal. The blue choices aren't great either. I think I'll just take the Gleeful Demolition. We could use it to blow up one of our things and just go super wide, too. We're not likely to play it, though. The Raptor came back. Hazardous Blast is here. I don't mind getting a Hazardous Blast. I wouldn't mind getting a Terramorphic Expanse, but I do want to get our first blast going. I guess if we end up red-green, the Awaken the Sleeper can also be like a finisher of sorts. And now we get a Bardish, which is an okay card, over a Veil of Assimilation, which is for the artifact deck and not really great for the artifact deck. I still don't have playsets of these commons. We'll take the one I have less of. There's Burn the Ending. Oh my gosh, do I have to pick this? I'm gonna... Volt Charges here. Swooping Lookout. This is just so good, especially with equipment, that I'm gonna take it. We haven't had this card yet. We've seen that card too much. I know I'm violating my principles of grabbing all the rares. There's also a Volt Charge I wouldn't mind having, and a Chimney Rabble that has a chance of wheeling in the... Oh, jeez, the Rot Priest. Well, I kind of feel the need to take the Rot Priest, but there's also the Hex Gold Halberd here, which is really good. Alright. I grabbed a rare. There's a Planner Disruption, which is a good one. Some Signpost Uncommons from color combinations we are not. And get rid of the Mesmerizing Dose here. Charge of the Mites. It's not unplayable in red-white, but I'll go with the Furnace Punisher here. Vanish into Eternity, which we kind of learned is a playable card, but a more playable card is Chimney Rabble. There's also a Vorak here, and another blue-green Signpost Uncommon. Here we can take the Skitterfang. That's a good one. Alright, so this thing does like being equipped. There's also the Justicar. We need more 2-drops. So I'm going to take the Justicar here. Another Furnace Strider. I don't mind playing a couple of those. Fair Basilica, Oil Gorger, Troll. Oh, hey, the Chimney Rabble Wield. And now we get a choice between the Lightbringer and the Slinger. I'll take the Lightbringer this time. And now we can get a Blazing Crescendo. Deck is starting to come together. I'll take a Thrill of Possibility as a way to help mitigate flood, since I've passed some of the red and white enters tapped lands. Okay, this rare I don't need to pick because I already have a full set of them, although it is pretty good, but we're not black. What are we picking here, though? I guess we could take another Skitterfang. Because either that or Charge of the Mites, or there's the Scamp, but I don't think we need the Scamp. We'll take a Skitterfang. And we're seeing all the Signpost Uncommons except the red-white one that we really want. I'll take this Scamp, though, because this is good when it dies. You get to deal damage to something. Oh, there's a Volt Charge now. And there's the Bladegraft Aspirant we would like to have. Planner Disruption, Hexgold. I'm going to take the Hexgold Slash this time for cheap interaction. Alright, well, here's another Swooping Lookout. And there's a couple other equipments. I would like to have a Splitter. I would like to have a couple more equipments in the deck. Ah, here we go. Barbed Batter Fist. Perfect. And there's the combat trick for equipments, but we need more of the equipments themselves. There's another Scamp. That's the one that dies into a thing. There is the Orthodoxy Enforcer, which is a fine 4-drop for the equipment deck. But we also have a couple Chimney Rabbles already. Oh, there's a Molten Rebuke here. Or there's a Furnace. I'm going to take a Furnace. Alright, so we didn't see any of the red-white equipment things again. Is the Enforcer good enough here? I mean, we have Hover Wings and 2 Rabbles. I don't think we have room for the Enforcer. So I'll take a Fair Basilica now. Oh, we did get another Lightbringer. And another Fair Basilica. And Vanish into Eternity came back to us. And we get an Enforcer anyways. Okay. So still, we didn't get the 3 mana, 2/3 with Menace that cares about equipment. I know I passed the 1 good axe. How many other equipment? So I have 4 equipment. Could have been 5 if I didn't take the Rot Priest, but... Okay. So the way to fix this, we put those back in. And Planar Disruption. Like, I don't know what the point of setting them to our favorite is when they show up and then they're not. Alright, so we have 7 cuts to make in the deck. Where do we want to start? Free from Flesh is actually... It has some synergy with the Scamp. What's our creature count? 18? Well, we're going to be cutting some creatures because we also have 4 equipment, which are also creatures. I think I can do this. Yes. We're a little bit lacking in the 2 drops, though. I'm going to keep the Blazing Crescendo. And I think an easy cut is the Enforcer. We only have a handful of equipments to begin with. The Indoctrination Attendant's going to stay. All the equipment we do have is going to stay. Justicar is going to stay. I guess for our 1-drops we can get rid of the Sawblade Scamp. It's a little too low impact. From our non-creature cards, I think this will actually be a 17 land deck. We want to make sure we're hitting our land drops. We do have 5 mana plays, but also we have a lot of equipment we can move around, a lot of things that we can do with our mana. I think I'm going to cut one of these Lightbringers. Do I want to keep Free from Flesh? Thrill of Possibility, Blazing Crescendo. I think I have to cut one of those things. Maybe I don't have to. But then I still have to cut 4 cards. So this is actually like 19 creatures right now, counting the equipments. think the Skitterfang is actually a little bit too low impact for the as like a turn 3 play. I know it can be really good, but I don't think it's as phenomenal with our, especially with our 1-drops. I'm going to cut one of them. I think I'll only run one Fair Basilica. Because I may just cut a land as well. Would Hazardous Blast be really good here? Stopping your opponent from blocking is just always going to be nice. So I guess I'm going to get rid of... I think we'll get rid of the Blazing Crescendo. Man, I still have to make 2 cuts. And there's not really any easy cuts at this point. I guess I could cut the Vanish into Eternity. It's going to be too expensive to get rid of creatures. And the Bardish is our most expensive equipment. I think either that or... How many creatures do I have? I have 18 creatures right now. But we do kind of want a high creature count. Maybe I do just cut a land and run 16 land. Well, that just seems fairly risky. Especially given that we do have a Furnace, a Fair Basilica, and a Thrill of Possibility. Well, then I guess it's got to be either the Free from Flesh or the Thrill. Or the Hazardous Blast. I like Hazardous Blast too much. Alright, let's cut the Pump. And we'll try the deck like that. Also, it might be trickier to find games right now due to less people playing this event as it's coming to a close. S barks. I thought I heard some weird, like, cat meowing or animal sound in the background. I don't know what that was. That was not me. So we have a scamp here. I can play the furnace on turn 2 if we don't get one of our few 2-drops. And we can attack. Not going to do that right now. And there's a siphoner for our opponent. And this is way too many lands. I am going to just get rid of this. It's white-black, so we want to prevent the poison damage if we can. Not going to sack this yet because we need to... yeah, this is a good time to do this. I don't want any shenanigans happening where our opponent gets to kill this and then gets in for poison and all that. If they kill that, it happens. Our next turn might start with cracking the furnace, and we'll see what all we draw. That's fine. That doesn't poison us. Okay, yeah, we're gonna crack the furnace. And we get a Furnace Strider. Get in for 3 damage in the air. Opponent can attack back for 1. That's fine. And he's got 5 mana and a Gulping Scrap Trap. Nothing to proliferate. And we can just play out our Furnace Strider, give it haste. And we are the aggressive ones here. Opponent down to 8 already. I did cut a land, right? That kind of makes our Chimney Rabble a little bad. Let's see what we can find. We'll pitch a Plains here. Alright. So I could give the Hover Wings to the Furnace Strider. But I think it's better just to develop the board here. I'm not going to attack with the Strider. I suppose I could have played that post-combat. Because now next turn I can just equip the Strider and get in for 5. Well, not really, because there's the Tapper here, but that costs 4 mana. And any equipped creature I have will have flying. That's... Okay, well there's a Siphoner. And there's a Swooper. So how do we do this? Actually, I think we crack this. And get a Silly Mountain. Okay. So I can give... I guess it really doesn't matter how I do it. We're going to be forced into I guess this just forces him into chump blocking. So that's fine. Actually, I don't think I went... Okay, he didn't have an answer for a flyer. I don't think I went down to 16 lands, did I? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. Because drawing that many lands is just so bad. So let's take that out and let's get another... Honestly, I could play another Lightbringer. It's either Lightbringer or a combat trick. Like the Crescendo. Crescendo could be good with the Furnace Punisher, and it gives us another... It gives us like an extra draw. Let's do that. Because if our opponent could have shut some of that stuff we were doing down, we would have had a really bad time. And I realized we kept a hand with 4 lands. Ingessa is our next opponent. Well, yeah, this is fine, I guess. Lacking anything to do on turn 2, but we do have a 3-drop. And if we draw more lands, we have our Rabble. Opponent's taking a mulligan. These Phyrexian lands they're kind of neat. I guess maybe I should play the Scamp first. Because this could meet a Hexgold Slash. Doesn't meet a Hexgold Slash. There's a Batter Fist. Oh, and we get a Furnace Punisher. Cool. The Scamp is just going to trade with the thing there. Ooh, blue... Okay, now it's... Well, I can still trade. Yeah, this is not going to do anything defensively. Let's just keep them clear of creatures as we play a Furnace Punisher. And opponent is going for... That's a cool island, but why this mountain? It's not even the same set or even full art or fancy. I don't know. People have different tastes. Well, now I'm glad we don't have equipment out yet. So the unfortunate part about this is that our stuff just trades. But I don't think I mind trading with the synthesizer. Because that synthesizer is going to be too good later in the game. Yeah. And we push through for a bit of damage. And there's a Furnace Strider. Now we've got our Furnace Strider coming up, so if he wants to attack us, that's fine. Oh, he really wants to attack us. Oh wait, that can kill my flyer. Would I be okay with that? Take 6 here. Opponent takes 7, 8, 9. I prefer them taking 9. Oh, and there's an equipment. And I do still have the swooping lookout if I need a chump blocker. Because something else could come out and have... Okay, well I don't have a chump blocker anymore. There's the Hex Gold Slash we were talking about at the start of this match. Equipping there. So that's 7 damage. There's no way you can get another 7 damage for 3 mana. Alright, yeah, I didn't think so. Now we just gotta get 5 damage. And I think... giving this haste and swinging with everything does just that. Because he could only chump block here. I mean, he could have one trick, one removal spell. You know, that's fine. But then he's just chump blocking. I mean, clearly he's dead because 3, 6, 7. Yeah. Alright, 2-0 with a, quote, equipment deck. There were a couple of drafts where we saw multiple of the Bladehold War Whip. That's the signpost uncommon for red-white. But it always appeared at times where I was so far away from doing anything red-white. And I know in a few of the quick drafts, well, I've only done a few quick drafts outside of this series here on the channel, back, months ago, earlier this year when they had Phyrexia All Will Be One out. I did do a couple of quick drafts, and I do know I got an equipment deck that was pretty cool. It had a couple of the War Whips, or it had at least one of the War Whips. Had a really good amount of equipment, had multiples of those 2-3 menace guys that makes your equipment cheaper. It also had mountains in the opening hand, which we don't have. If one of these was a mountain, it'd be an easy keep. But alas, I cannot sit here and do nothing for 4 turns. This is a keepable hand. I just want to curve out. Skitterfang's not really the turn 3 play we want to have. There's a Thrill to help us later on. Okay, that's fine. Now I have something to do. Up against green-white, which is usually a toxic deck. Thank you. Well, if opponent blocks, we just kill the raptor. If opponent doesn't block, they just take a damage. And then we kill the raptor. Because I'm not putting up with that. We do want to prevent poison counter damage in this, but maybe not quite as much as if you're against something like black-white or blue-black. I guess it's just going to be Chimney Rabble to be mana efficient here. Probably just going to trade with the Vorak, which is fine. Just keep our opponent's stuff kind of off the board. Evolving Adaptive, that really needs to get off the board. Haze's Mantle on the flyer, you say? That's interesting. I'm going to play the land here. Doesn't have a trick. Okay, so what I'm going to do this turn then is we're going to kill this. No, we are not proliferating that. Just want to damage that, thank you. And then we're going to just nullify this and pass the turn. He's going to crack the Hunter Maze. That leaves him with 3 mana. Yeah, so this Planner Disruption kind of turned into a bit of a 2-for-1 here. Skitterfang, that's a good one. But I don't think it's as good as what we have going on. I am just going to hold on to this and keep it for when we draw our next land. Ruthless Predation. Okay, that's fair. There's the Helm. If you go with... well, I guess you could go with Flying and get in. Okay, yeah, that's what you're going to do. That is fine. Is the Justicar good enough here? I think so. And then what I'll do... I think I will actually crack... well, it'll have to be the Fair Basilica. We'll crack the Fair Basilica. Yep, so now that's a 2-3. Which is fine. You can give it Flying. I just need to find equipment now. I know we don't have a lot of that in the deck. Okay, you're going with the Flying plan. This has devolved into, like, the slowest aggressive matchup ever. We just have these 2 and 1-power creatures. Oh, there's a Volt Charge. That's good. Of course, now I need to play the land, which is kind of amusing. Because either we're going to draw a land or we'll draw a non-land that we can play. Alright. Going with the trades, that's fine. I mean, we do just want the... the Skitterfang's almost out of cards. Or out of counters anyways. Gonna give it Flying again? It's not like I can even double block that thing. Or gonna give it Lifelink. Well... do I care? At this point, I kind of don't, because I think anything we end up getting is going to just be bigger. Like, we're slightly losing the race right now. we have too many lands here. That's good. I'm just going to play it post-combat. Oh yeah, they can both get in. Because now I have something that can just trade with the 2-3. And we don't mind trading. Opponent keeps drawing lands. Yeah, green-white might not be the best at mitigating mana flood. I don't have any other discard outlets or anything, so we're gonna do this. And I don't even mind using the Crescendo on the token and just trading with the... Oh, yeah, that's fine too. I'm just gonna put this here. Oh, opponent's really getting mana flooded. You're just getting... Okay. You got it, buddy. There's a Scamp, which is actually really good with our Crescendo. So we'll save the Crescendo. Yeah, Scamp plus Crescendo could just be game over next turn, and the Volt Charge. I'm assuming my opponent's going to draw another creature. He might be playing a 17-land deck. There's another Batterfest. Yeah, I'm going to sack it. And we're going to deal 4 more to you. Yeah, that's why those Scamps are good if you can pump their power. It's also why I wanted, you know, more equipment. But we're 3-0, so this is already significantly better than our last draft. Our last draft was just something that could happen. Ancient Carp. Wait, isn't there a card called Ancient Carp? It's like a 2/5 or something. I don't know. Opponent goes first. We're going to keep this, I guess. We have a 2-mana play. Opponent does not have a 1-mana play. That's good news for us. We do need to draw some land, but we have 3 draw steps to get our 3rd land. And if things go really bad, we can just Thrill of Possibility something. The Bardish is going to be good in the late game, because I can start, like, re-equipping tokens and whatnot. Opponent is blue-white. Let's not reveal our second color yet. I don't have a real reason to do so. If opponent can play 2 artifacts here, we're going to not. This can just go so poorly. And I have an artifact to play next turn. Oh. Well, that can also go poorly. I guess when he uses the counter, I could respond with Volt Charge. But I still don't gain anything. Now, let's do it like this. We'll do Skitterth Fang, give this thing flying. That's the right play. Yep, we're going to remove an oil counter. And we're just going to give this thing flying. So now we can regain our health, which we really need to do against this deck. I can, like, save the Volt Charge for some time when our opponent's tapped out. Like so. I could also... Let's do this. Give our Just card Death Touch. Or I put Planner Disruption on this, which doesn't feel great. Let's do this. Give our Just card Death Touch, I think. And we don't want to move the equipment on it because it'll just auto-die at the end step since we don't have mana to move it to something else. Alright, that's fine. And I can trade off the 2/2 token with well, our 3/1 token, it's equipped right now with the Justicar. We still have Volt Charge, we still have Chimney Rabble. Rabble blocking, or the token from Rabble blocking this isn't a horrible thing either. Okay, so they left the mana up for that. But now I have Chimney Rabble. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna give this thing lifelink. I'm just gonna do that. Because this game is kind of about lifelink right now. This is ridiculous. We've done so much attacking. He's at 21. I'm at 19. But now the question is, do I really want to trade my oil counter, or his oil counter for... Okay, well, I don't have to worry about that. Oh no, he can... I will trade the now dead Skitterfang for... I don't want to trade the token for the oil counter. But then what's my play? We need to Planner Disruption the 3/4 because I have no other way of dealing with it. I mean, that blocks there. I think the 1/1 is just a little bit too valuable to be keeping, to not have around. So I can Disruption the 3/4. I can equip this into a 4/2. I guess our token might end up trading with the Might. Is that worth it? Oh, that's not good. We might actually lose this one now. Causes a trick, because I don't have, I just used my best removal. How do I get around 7 damage? I guess I have to Volt Charge it. Yeah, we gotta get this off the table. Could also trade with the Bladed Ambassador here. If that's the case, we're just gonna pick up our... Yep. That's fine. Didn't get to use the oil counter. We're just gonna trade with our... We're not. We don't get to pick up our... Okay. Well, I still had to play that anyways. And I'm still going to have to equip and attack. Hover Wings. Oh, yeah. Doubles the ETB effects. Yeah, this is going to be great. Oh, that means I don't get any of my 4 Mirrodin stuff? So I could equip here, but he just blocks with the token. And we don't make any sort of headway. Alright. So if he doesn't go for the 2-for-1, he's gotten so much value out of this. I have Malcator. Okay, so he gets to scry 2 twice. Which, that part's fine. Means it's just going to rearrange our Dune. 1 top, 1 bottom, and scry 2 again. So do you like your new second card? Okay, he does not. Okay, we are attacking with that. Okay. Let's make sure this damage goes through. Alright. We still have a flyer we need to contend with. A vigilance token will be kind of nice here. I should just play the Furnace Strider. Because now our token just goes away. Actually, we're just dead. Because that's 11 damage. Yep. It took us a bit too long to get rid of that Elish Norn. But that is how strong Elish Norn is. And combining it with equipment is amazing. I think in one of my... When I did the drafts that I was referring to where I had a cool equipment deck, I had a Mondrak, which is a mythic rare, that will, if you make a token, you make double tokens. So yeah, that also works just as well with the 4 Mirrodin stuff. Troran is a Vedalken. Oh yeah, from... Okay, I've read that one before. Nemoris. Nemiros. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, but we're going first. Let's pretend we have Hexgold Slash. It's in our deck somewhere. I'm going to lead out with the Justicar here because I can give it a pump on the following turn. Font of Progress. Nobody plays this card. Where X is the number of oil cards. I'm terrified now. Why are you playing this card? Blue-black. Okay, your goal is to proliferate oil counters and mill me? Anoint with Affliction. That happened. Oh, we'll just keep playing stuff right along the curve. We've got Hexgold Hoverwings up next. Yeah, it's not actually going to do anything. It's just an effect that's going to try to be an effect. Do we get in? We do not. Okay. Well, I'm more terrified of the poison counter killing us. But now we have Hexgold Hoverwings, something that any of our things can use. There's a Head Cleaver. But I have 7 damage. And I guess if he attacks with the Head Cleaver, I can have another 3 damage. So that's quite a bit of damage. Okay, I don't like seeing all that stuff. I still don't understand why this thing's here. You don't attack? Really? I do like Furnace Punisher now. Can't... well, maybe I don't like Furnace Punisher. So what is he going to do? What am I going to do? Because essentially I'd be trading the Furnace Strider, and I don't need to just trade the Furnace Strider for that. I should not have played the Furnace Punisher. I probably should have done something very different. Alright, whatever. Put that there for now. Oh yeah, that's a fort. Why is that? Oh, because equipped creatures get... yeah. Okay. So I could have even given that haste, and yeah, here's a Scrap Trap. Really glad you didn't swing earlier with the one thing when you could have. That seems like a good draw. You know, just... this is lethal, right? Yep, it's super lethal. I mean, how often in Limited do you have a common card that can kill 2 of your opponent's creatures and then let you swing in and all your stuff goes unblocked? I still don't know what our opponent was doing with that artifact font. It just doesn't seem like a good card at all in this format. You'd have to have some sort of a really dedicated mill deck. You'd probably need the Mythic Jace. But Mythic Jace is going to be good without the fonts. Or you need a ton of Proliferate, but if you're proliferating that much, you're better off just proliferating poison counters. We're up against a Mythic rank player, Benny Gladjez. Mythic rank number 80. And he goes first. I'm gonna keep. I do need to draw some more earlies. That works. Turn 2, we'll have our Slash available. He might have... That stop tells me he might have the Whispers of the Dross. Okay, he's blue-black. That tells me he has a Voidwing hybrid. I don't really want to... Hexgold slash that. I'll just attack. He'll probably want to trade because it's early on, he can proliferate. Yeah. And that sort of thing was bound to happen. Oh, Sultai. Oh, our opponent knows how to have fun. I know how to kill that. Untapped land would have been really nice, but I'll take a thrill. Alright, there's a prism for our opponent. Untapped land would be really nice next turn, because then I can Chimney Rabble. Thank you, deck. And the Hazardous Blast can sweep up the 1/1 at any point. Also, when this thing inevitably comes back due to a Proliferate, that can sweep things up as well. Of course, there could be a Whisper of the Dross here. But then that's a Proliferate that's not actually replicating a poison counter, or there's a Nimrazer Paladin. Paladin is good. Well, my Menace guy can still attack. So maybe I just attack with the Menace guy. Let me see what else we draw here. Oh, I should have actually probably just played the Thrill first, because then I could have played the Skitterfang, got in for another 3, and then we'd be winning the game next turn, or at least looking at winning the game next turn. Now that thing's going to get lifelink. That's annoying. I imagine you pick lifelink here. I'm not blocking because I put him on Whisper of the Dross earlier. So my 1/1 can just be dead at any point. Honestly, I don't mind taking poison damage here. What I mind is... Oh, you're going to put it there. Okay, so then that's going to be Death Touch. Or Flying. Yeah, I'm not going to block. We'll get Corrupted. So that turns on Anoint with Affliction now. That is fine. I don't quite have... Yeah, I would be winning this turn. If not for that. So I get in for 3, you get him down to 8, and I still need to keep, like, all of my creatures. Take action. And I have to hope he doesn't do the, And we gotta go flying. I hope he doesn't use lifelink on the Skitterfang. It doesn't seem like he's going to. So 3/6. I need all my stuff to survive except the 1/1 token. So I could chump block something there. I mean, the 1/1 token can also just die. That gets back the Voidwing Hybrid, so he's going to spend 2 mana recasting that. We're at 4 poison, 5, 6, 7, 8 poison. He's got 2 other unknown cards in hand. Okay, that's a good sign. So he's just going to do that. Okay, we win. As long as he doesn't have another removal spell, we win. And doesn't give things lifelink. Give something flying. Give your little dinky token flying or whatever. You don't need lifelink. You don't need lifelink. You think you need it, but you don't need it. You have tons of block... Oh crap, it's getting lifelink. No, wait, that... Okay, cool, that's getting flying. Perfect. I block absolutely nothing. Now play your Void Wing. Yep, and we win. I'm gonna do this just because I can do this. Not because I needed to. Oh, sure. This thing can have lifelink. We just beat Mythic rank 80, and we're in Diamond Tier 2, with an equipment deck that didn't have any equipment that game. It doesn't have much equipment. Anyways, it does have Furnace Punishers, which is good. We're at 5-1. Great place to be. And now we're just waiting for our next opponent. And it's going to be Trog at 921. Great opening hand. I mean, we're lacking something to do on turn 3 right now, but that's kind of... We have a lot of 3-drops in our deck. The Flesh Cutter, I'm not the biggest fan of that one, but I have seen it. It's 3 mana to equip. That's what makes it a little rough. Oh, there's the Swooper. Oh, there's the Batterfist. Oh my gosh, we're in trouble. Okay, so when he goes to equip the Flesh Cutter, that's when I'm going to... Never mind. Okay, that needs to go away. Fortunately, we have a Chimney Rabble that can at least deal some damage to it. And there's a Volt Charge. Removal's going to be nice. We respect Cloth.
That's enough. I'll shape the earth itself.
Sky Warden. That's an issue. Because Hazardous Blast won't even kill... Of all things, why has it got to be the Sky Warden? I have, like, no good... Because he can just kill... That's -3, so it'd bring it down to 2. But I guess I gotta do it that way. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like any of this now. That was the worst thing he could have had there. As a 5/5. Okay, well, I can kill it either with Volt Charge or Hazardous Blast. And we're in trouble. Hazardous Blast will kill... Okay, well, Hazardous Blast is going to wipe almost his whole board right now, so we're going to do it like that. The other problem is going to be that... Well, no, the other problem is that thing. The 7-5. Yeah, sure. Just give it everything. So this is what I want my deck to do. Just load up on equipment. We don't have equipment. That thing has First Strike, Trample... I can't even kill that. Unless I try to kill him. I don't think it works. Because our opponent's still at 15. Oh, that thing has Menace, too. Yeah, that... It doesn't... I wasn't going to beat that. Not with these cards. I would have needed the Planar Disruption. That would have been the perfect draw against that. Okay. Well, my opponent had Koth and that thing. I don't think I could have done anything else about that. We're still at 5 wins, so it's still good. No Tuesday. Well, at least I'm not recording this on a Tuesday. If one of these was a Plains, it would be an easy keep. But as it is, this is not a playable hand. I think I get rid of the Blast this time. We'll just have to win without it. And hope our opponent doesn't have anything insane. Okay, Terramorphic. We'll pretend we have Hexgold Slash. As usual, it's in our deck, but not in our hand right now. Opponent is green and red. Alright. Well, we've got our equipment here this time. I've been complaining about not having that the last couple games. I would like to draw one of our 4-drops. We have a lot of them. I'm fine trading here. Just kind of need to buy some time. Alright, we don't even get to trade. Because that thing now has 4 toughness. But green-red doing toxic stuff is a bit unusual. Drawing all lands is not helpful. Well, we can't block effectively. We may as well attack. Do you have a Hexgold Slash? Free from the flesh? You want to make my thing bigger? Make the game more challenging for you? Alright. I still have no blocks. Take another poison counter. I don't know how good or bad that's going to end up being. Alright, well, we have a planner disruption. I guess I'll use it on the Cackler. I mean, right now we're going to lose equally as quickly to toxic and regular damage. Our deck's not doing much. I mean, at least we're getting a bit of time, though. I don't think I'll be playing out the 6th land in case we get our Thrill of Possibilities. Or I have another, like, really good reason to do so. Scamp is good. Start by attacking. See if he wants to play like a Volt Charge. No? Okay. Well, here's a Bardish. Could still be a Volt Charge here, which would actually kill this token. That'd make me kind of sad, but next turn I could play the Scamp and equip it with this. And then it becomes a 3-1. Which is great. We also have a 4-3, which can now stop the stop that silly toxic thing. Okay, so you have a pump spell. I'm not interested in running my stuff into that. Not while I have a 2-turn clock here. Urbrask's Anointer. Alright. Okay, well, I do have a good reason to do stuff now. Let's attack. Gonna trade. I'm actually going to just equip like this, so if this thing dies, it's going to deal 4 damage to something. Go ahead, kill it. It's fine dying. Yeah, I'll block. Because now, even if there's a... you'd have to add more than 4 toughness to it. I could also just throw 4 damage at his face. That doesn't save it. Alright, well there's a Thrill of Possibility for our next land draw. We're just going to load this up. He's already used 1 Hex Gold Slash. He could have a Hazardous Blast, so maybe don't equip the other one. I don't know, we'll wait until we get like another creature or something. Even if I draw one of our tap lands, I'm still going to discard that to the Thrill because I need to keep this game moving. And I need to keep the pressure on our opponent while he's not doing too much. I don't know if he's just got a bunch of 5-drops in hand and not much to do with them. Well, I mean, of course you have nothing to do with 5-drops. You don't have 5 lands. So I imagine his hand consists of like 1 or 2 Furnace Striders. Something along those lines. Or Koth.
not with me. You're with Phyrexia.
Now you can -3 and kill it. Yeah. I need a haster.
The avalanche.
That's not a hasty creature. Chimney rabble, please. Scamp. I guess we'll equip it with that. But now he gets a land. I could have equipped with the Batter Fist and killed it. Maybe if I'd gotten like more action cards, I'd consider that. But this is our last creature right now. You can play that Furnace Strider we were talking about earlier. Lattice Blade Mantis. I found a Chimney Rabble. So I can kill Koth this turn. Actually, this is just going to sacrifice and kill... Yeah. That's just going to kill Koth anyways. Submit 0, you don't need that getting more. Koth goes away.
More losses.
And I guess we can start equipping the token. Ah, there's the Furnace Strider we know and love. And it's now a 4/7. Because I love trying to take down 4/7s in with this deck. Okay, let's going to attack. That's a 3-turn clock. Well, 2 more turns. It's actually going to be a lot quicker of a clock because the next creature he plays could just have haste. There's not much I can do about that. I mean, it's not Tuesday after all. Guess I can interact with this. Can't interact with the rest of this background. Still can't interact with my opponent's pet. This is the nice thing about the equipment deck, is that any creature you then play, you can just load up with equipment. You did not need health. So what draw could I get that helps me win the game here if I don't block? Honestly, I don't see much of a point in blocking. Now there's really no point in blocking. Can't even kill anything, so I guess we'll take 7. We need... Oh. No matter what happens, he's got 3 attackers and I have 1 life. Yeah, this game's over. We just didn't have an aggressive enough draw. 6-4. I can at least kill something. No, you can't even let me have the satisfaction of that, can you? Alright. I mean, maybe if I would have killed the Koth the one turn, they could have got stuck on lands and not been playing Furnace Striders and all that. I don't know. One final look at our final deck here. It wasn't too bad. Did I still get 3 rares in the draft? I got this one, I got that one. No, because I opened one that I already had a set of. Right. It wasn't too bad. It was still kind of struggling for some 2-mana plays. But the deck played out a lot better. Hexgold Hoverwings was pretty nice. The Bardish was... it's very expensive. If you can get discounts on this with the 3-mana 2/3 Menace guy that we don't have, I think this card becomes a lot more playable. Furnace Strider and Hazardous Blast picked up a lot of... did a lot of the heavy lifting, as they usually do, and the Scamp was pretty good too. Alright, with that, do we get a second pack for our final... oh, we do. Well, that was very nice. Well then, I guess for now, I'll take my leave.